Jane and her husband Bob. Jane and Bob got married a little later in life. They've been having a lot of fun learning how to make a baby. But now Jane is 40, and they have encountered a few bumps in the road on the way to baby making. Let's find out just what it takes to have a baby at 40. Let's take a journey to the center of the uterus. This is Uda, Jane's uterus. I mean, Uda the uterus. Hello, Uda.
Hello.
Say, you're Jane's uterus.
I sure am.
You're an expert. Tell us just what it takes to make a baby.
Sure. After a girl has her first menstrual period, she's ready to have a baby. The sperm from a boy is magically inserted into the vagina and swims up the cervix to the uterus where it meets the egg. You see, in the middle of the month, an egg from the ovaries is deposited into the fallopian tube and travels into the uterus, where it meets the fastest and strongest swimming sperm. The first sperm to reach the egg asks if he can inseminate her. The egg says, "Sure, but don't tell my other boyfriends." Then the sperm burrows into the egg and the baby starts to grow. The uterus grows a nice plush growing place for the baby, kind of like a blood blanket. And then 9 months later, a baby is born.
Sounds easy.
Not so fast. Not everyone can have a baby so easily. That's where the special doctors and nurses come in.
What do they do?
They offer alternatives to the usual way of making a baby. For instance, intrauterine insemination. An intrauterine insemination, or IUI, is one way to make a baby when those bumps in the road become too big. Some people call it the turkey baster method. A man will donate his sperm to a woman. They wash the sperm and then inject it right into the uterus, right when the egg drops in.
What if it doesn't work?
Well, then it's on to in vitro fertilization, or IVF.
What's that?
That's when a woman's eggs are stimulated using powerful hormones. The doctor harvests the eggs and then places them into a petri dish with the man's sperm. Then they are fertilized to make embryos, or the beginnings of a baby. Some embryos don't make it though. But if the embryos are good, 1 or 2 will be implanted back into me, Jane's uterus. And then, hopefully, she'll be expecting, in the family way, a bun in the oven.
Well, that's just swell.
Swollen, knocked up, eating for 2, with child.
Thanks, Uda. You know, folks, Jane isn't the only one who has problems. There are so many who struggle with infertility. Let's take a look at another couple, Kathleen and Pep. Kathleen and Pep also got married a little later in life. After a few bumps in the road, they finally went to see a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know, Dr. Didi. I mean, the Clomid and progesterone suppositories are making me a little crazy. What, Pep? Oh, that's real funny! Okay, a lot crazy. I mean, come on, there's nothing like putting hormones up your hoo-ha. Well, I guess I could try it one more time, but it's been 3 months already, and what, honey? Oh, come on, please, I'll always be younger than you. Ah, how did we meet? Okay, guess which one is the real story. I was tending sheep on the foothills of Ireland when Pep saw me from a distance and he fell in love at first sight. Or Match.com. No, I'm a sheep herder. Huh? You know, actually, Pep tells people this because he thinks it's weird telling people we met online. Anyway, after about the 2nd or 3rd free trial at Match.com, I finally met El Valiente, the valiant one. He'd met all my criteria. He was about 5'8". He had hair. Sorry, bald people. And you know what? He wasn't even an actor. Score. All right. So anyway, after about months of emailing, we finally met in Greektown. Our initial impressions. He's not 5'8". And he looked at me in my slimming black and hot leather boots and thought, oh God, she looks like a biker chick. Well, let's get this over with. Not a great way to start a date, but it was actually a great date. He was funny, he really listened, and he paid. I think it was the knee touch that did it for him. I touched his knee during the date a lot. He liked that. So anyway, after about 3 years, we finally get married after a little hand-holding, some making out, dozens of enchiladas, and a marital pep talk from my then future Mexican mother-in-law. Is your life? Please don't take my baby boy. Ay, por favor, no. Okay, this was a greedy moment. That's what I'm saying. She just had to get used to the idea that I was taking her firstborn baby boy and gaining a gringa. Anyway, a year after we got married, we started. So, what do you think, Dr. Didi? I mean, Pep's right. I'm not getting any younger. And what? We thought about adoption. Oh my God, why is she saying this to me? Is there something horribly wrong with me? We haven't even started this other stuff yet. No, we really haven't thought about adoption just yet. Okay, so what's the next step? Do we go right into in vitro fertilization? Oh, intrauterine insemination. Okay. Well, Pep, I guess we're going to the bigs. We're going to have to find ourselves a really good IVF doctor. Boy, wouldn't it be great if I got pregnant on the first try? I'll bet it's possible. I'm not that old. Basters in, polyps out, suppositories small and stout, specula, Pep exams. It's a great big traffic jam. Forming on the hoo-ha highway. It's a well-worn, well-traveled road. Going up the hoo-ha highway, carrying a fertile load. Doctor looks, sets a spell. Will this work? She can't tell. Says let's try insemination. Brings every intern in creation for a test drive down the hoo-ha highway. It's a well-worn, well-traveled road. Going up the hoo-ha highway, carrying a fertile load. Finally, we were moving beyond the tiresome clomid and the endless trying, which is not fun, contrary to popular belief. We were excited to meet our very first IVF doctor, huh? It was kind of like going on a first date. Doing the knee touch, hoping we would like her enough to marry her. Hoping that she would be kind and compassionate. Let's call her Dr. Laissez-faire. All right, Benny, what have you got for me today? Sorry, right, Bonnie. Well, you look like one of the other IVF nurses. So what have you got for me? I hope it's light. I want to be out the door by 3 o'clock. Oh, more IUIs, huh? Well, another dime, another cervix. Hey, Betty.
Bonnie.
Right. Who was that woman in the hallway? She's got crazy red hair, goofy grin, kind of fat. Do I know her? She is? And I've done a couple of IUIs on her. Huh. Funny, I don't recognize her face. But I am a little bit better at the vaginas, aren't I? Oh, huh. You have your hysterocsalpingogram image with you. Huh, aren't you good, Betty? Let me see that. Let's see, uterus number 8472-A. Oh, yes, I remember. She had that oddly shaped cervix. You had a hell of a time getting the catheter in there, remember? And the hysterocsalpingogram, good God, she swore up a storm. Remember that?
Son of a bitch! You want me to what? Move around! Oh! Mother!
Look, just because I'm blowing up a balloon inside of your uterus and asking you to move around on the table while it's still inflated does not give you the right to ask me where I went to terrorist school, huh? Well, that's not funny. Well, I suppose I could have told her to take more than one Advil before the procedure. Yeah, I wouldn't have to deal with all that anymore. I'm leaving. A new doctor's taking over the program. Well, I better be out the door if I want to get out of here by 3 o'clock. See you, Binky.
Bonnie.
Right. Bonnie. Whatever. Nothing like a doctor who doesn't remember your face. And it's worrying to me, 'cause it's as busy as a humming hive. And I remember long ago, this used to be a private drive. Is this the end of my rope? Doctor says there's lots more hope. Will I learn? I'm afflicted. Doctor knows I'm hope addicted. Going back down the hoo-ha highway. It's a well-worn, well-traveled road. Going up the hoo-ha highway. Carrying a fertile load. 10-4. Carrying a fertile load. Get her done. Carrying a fertile load. I learned a lot about my apparatus, my bits and pieces, my yoni. I have a love-hate relationship with my yoni. My husband has mostly a love relationship with it. The yoni, the Sanskrit word for the muscular tube leading from the external genitals to the cervix of the uterus in women and most female mammals. I love my yoni and everything that's attached to it. This yoni has been thoroughly excavated, but it's been a source of pleasure and pain and everything in between. Oh, why I'm doing Kegels as we speak. And you ladies are too, aren't you? I'm just checking in. My yoni is strong and soft and strange and sweet, and is sometimes associated with Kali, the Dark One, who is the blood-consuming consort of Shiva. My vagina is associated with a blood-consuming god. Wild. It's my very own symbol of divine procreative energy, and I love it. And I hate it. Because it hasn't figured out that it's supposed to work like a woman of 25s is supposed to work. But I can't fault her for that. I am, after all, not 25. Oh, God. Namaste.
First name is June, and I was born June 22nd, 1923. I was married when I was 32. I married Walter Dolensek on November 5th, 1955, and we were married almost 53 years when he died. My life with him has been perfect. I wish everyone could have such enjoyment. We have no children, which was unfortunate, but very early in our marriage, he had the mumps very severely, and it really reduced his ability to have children. We would like to have had children, and I went to the doctor 6 months after we were married. It was 1956 when I first went to the doctor. I had a chipped womb, and I wore a ring for quite a few months in an endeavor for me to become pregnant, but I never did. And that doctor, while he was very progressive and he knew all modern things, unfortunately he cut down a tree at his house and it fell on him and killed him. I really was very sad. They had some of the same methods that they have now, and I can't remember what kind of controversies that might have been with the Catholic Church in new methods, because I didn't know much about them, and he died so shortly after I started with him that I really didn't have an opportunity to explore many things with him. My husband, right after that, was in a head-on collision, and he had a very severe back problem for about 10 years before it was operated on. So having children was not our main priority. Our main priority was keeping him going. I never had a diagnosis of infertility, so I really don't know whether part of the problem was me or because we didn't have an opportunity to go too deeply into it. As I considered that I would just leave it up to God. I mean, this is the way that I was raised. And it just never occurred to me not to accept it. And to some extent, it was almost a relief because it at least was one less thing to have to worry about. What shall I say? If it's not your calling, you have to live your life as it is.
Okay, Kath, tell me again why you needed to take off work. Botox, don't you wish? Melon? No? All right. No, really. Oh, God, you're going through that again? Oh, gosh, Kathleen, you know I had a cousin who went through that. No, it didn't work. She went crazy and divorced her husband, so I said, good luck to you with that craziness thing. I think she may have killed someone, I'm not sure. Kath, I don't know why you just don't forget about all this other stuff and just adopt. I mean, come on, it hasn't worked for anyone I know. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Kelly, what's up? You're pregnant again? Oh, I'm so happy for you. Ooh, oh. Yeah, Kathleen's been trying to get pregnant and is just failing at it. She's gone through that in vitro how many times again? Right. Ooh. Yeah, she's got a tiny, shriveled little uterus. Size of a Brazil nut, really. Nothing goes in or out. No room at the inn, you know. Jesus won't be born there today. It's like a no vacancy sign is flashing at the opening of a vagina. Move on! It's like a bad dating service inside of a uterus. And a cervix is as long as my arm and shaped like a tourniquet. Now that's a long, crazy, wild way to travel. Poor Kathleen. Oh my God, I know this lesbian couple. And one of them was artificially inseminated, right? And got pregnant on the very first try. Oh my God, her mother did the procedure. Can you imagine? God, she must have the perfect uterus. Figures God would give one to the lesbian, right? Oh, Kath, I'm telling you, you just need to have more sex. Well, what? I'm just telling you. The more once you stop trying, bam, you get pregnant. Right, Kelly? Okay. Kelly, would you excuse us for just a second? We just have to finish something up here. Okay, so what dates did you need to take off again? Oh my God, outed by my own boss to somebody I barely know. Oh my God, what do I have to do to get pregnant? Do I have to smoke crack? But you know what, despite all the goofy things that we have heard, my husband and I, we're still looking forward to doing it again, you know? Is that weird? I mean, there's kind of a rush. Well, not a rush in the addiction sense of the word. Or is it? A rush of hopefulness? A rush of great expectations? One more drug, one more hormone, one more clinic, one more trip to Colorado? A rush of the dreams you can keep alive if you just do it one more time. And here's something no one will tell you. No one will tell you when to stop. When is enough enough? Let's see who we got. Hi. Oh, there you are. Come on. Come on, you're next. Yeah, come on. Sit right here, please. Have a seat. Just let me make sure I've got the right person here. Can you please say your name for me, please?
Guy.
Guy what? Wiki. Oh, good, we have the right guy. Okay, good. The right guy. Oh, God, that's funny, isn't it? So, just hang out right here. I will be right back, okay? Porn. Porn is that magical material for every cat whose most important clinical duty is to donate his essence. Porn is for all you cats out there standing by the sides of your ladies. Oh, we know it's not an easy job. Watching your old lady go through the poking and the prodding and the probing of her lady business. But you're a loyal cat and you stand by her side. You've got one big responsibility. And it's a big one, baby. And guess what? I don't mean the responsibility. You know what I'm talking about. You can make babies after you're dead. So keep that unguent urgent. Make the moisture mobile. Watch the wetness waddle. You get my drift, my dandy dude? So, go into that little white room and peruse those magazines and watch those videos and into a wide mouth cup. Oh, we know you work hard. And we know that you are giving the stuff of life, baby. So here's to you, lover, and here's your cup. Next!
The room was just this horrible, nasty, taupe. I mean, I was going, could they just put a color in here or something? Could they liven it? A plant would have been fine. The recliner looked like it was out of a bad, nasty medical waiting room. But the drawers, the dresser looked like it was from 1965, brown, dark, laminate, crappy wood. And I'm opening drawers because I know something's in there, and I gotta look around and see what's in this environment and look for peepholes in the wall and anything that could be looking at me. It was dingy, it was kind of dark, and it was actually scary. There was a hole in the wall that had a rotating bin, so when you were done with your business, you could put the cup in there and just flip it around to the guys in the other room so they could start the process of examining it and taking out the best of the best sperm. And you knew that, but they're in there talking. And I can almost see them through little cracks in the wall. You want to scream out, "Shut up! What the hell's going on here? I'm trying to do my thing." You need a soundproof room or something. You need to feel like it's safe, but at the same time you're going, this is what these guys are here for. They're sitting here waiting for me to be done doing this. It's got to be just as good for them, but I'm probably guy number 1756 for them, and it's first time for me. I don't think they realize how distressing that could be. And then the magazines were at least 15 years old, at least. I've seen a lot of porn. I grew up with two brothers and no sisters, and I was probably watching porn at 13. And of course, here's these things that have probably been there for 15 years, and it's, think about your patient, man. They actually offered, for both of us to go in if we wanted to, if I needed my wife's help.
Nice.
I just said something like, "I got this, no problem."
Hi, it's me, Pep. Finally, huh? Yeah, my wife asked me to come out and say a few words to all of you partners out there, husbands, wives, common laws, non-bio female partners, as it were. All right, so, actually been working on this book outlining my method called the 3 S's, or it's actually a follow-up to another book I've been working on, Backseat Driver. Apparently I'm very good at that, so. The first S would definitely be support. Support her, especially when she's doped up like a horse on race day. Listen and be supportive, especially when she says things under the influence of Valium or Versed, things like, oh, doctor, that didn't hurt at all. Gosh, you're good looking. Are you married? Of course, you might want to point that out to her because it might be misinterpreted by me. Okay, S number 2, sports, nirvana. Oh yeah, she had to stay in bed for 2 whole days after the embryo transfer so I could watch all the sports I wanted. No, I didn't ignore her. We have an intercom. Oh. And give her chicken wings, she likes that, yeah. So things can get pretty stressful at times, which leads me to S number 3, silliness, right? You know, I had to learn how to give her these thick shots and sesame oil, and which was weird at first, but I got used to it. And I have to give them into her butt, and so, gar, into the white whale, says I, boing, boing, boing. Ooh, 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 no blood in the syringe, matey, gar. I'm off to see the Kleenex. So there you go. Oh, don't say the white whale thing. That would be bad. All right. Just hold on to my wife's butt, please. Don't fondle it. Gross. So the 3 S's. Sports, silliness, support. Just forget about all that stuff. You just need one letter. P. Protect. Protect her and care for her. Hold her hand in the hospital. Go with her at every appointment. Reassure her when she's in pain or when she's crying on the table because they keep trying to jam the catheter in, or when she has to pee so bad but they won't let her because of the ultrasound. And make her laugh at the serious stuff because she needs it. Well, not while she has to pee. And try not to have expectations that are too high or too low, which is hard because, well, we're not immune to the disappointment and sadness. We just don't want anyone to know how we feel, how bad we feel. And because we want to protect her, and I don't know, maybe we're scared of our own feelings. Just protect her. Is there a sheet or something I could put over? Oh, I'm sitting on it. Oh, sorry. You don't want that hanging out all over the place, do you? Just be a second here. So yeah, Pep and I just got back from Puerto Vallarta. It's really humid down there. Like I'm sure it is down there, if you know what I mean. Oh my God, what am I saying? Anyway, so they have these vendors and they sell lots of silver stuff, and I come by, and so I bought some silver stuff, and well, the fish was the size of my head. Okay, Pep and I had been dumped by our first doctor, so we had to go date a new one. Let's call him Dr. Benale. Dr. Benale. Scoot down. Oh, yeah, okay. Now, Dr. Benale had taken over the program for Dr. Laissez-Faire, and he'd been in my uterus so many times he could have become a member. The big bucks membership. We liked him. We really did. He was smart, capable, motivated. He just had no discernible sense of humor, unless you count his taste in music.
Strumming my bed, singing my life.
So, you know what my friend said to me when she found out about all this infertility stuff? She said, if I had known about all this, I could have been a hoe. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm telling you, I was desperate to make him laugh. And nothing could make this guy open up. And I was an open book. And then he spoke. I went to Mexico on vacation. It was a nightmare. I'm inserting the catheter. Our flight was delayed by several hours. You may feel a slight cramping sensation. When we got there, we were supposed to be picked up from the airport. Can you please tilt your pelvis toward the ceiling? That's it. But nobody showed up. Please stop clenching. Relax, deep breath. So they told us we were supposed to take the bus almost in. The bus. Here we paid all this money to go on this wonderful trip, and they want us to take this hot, dusty, the water's just dripping into the uterus. Hot, dusty 2-hour bus ride into the resort. It's not filling it. So I told them, no way, we are not taking the withdrawing the catheter. You may feel a slight cramping sensation. Bus for 2 hours. I told them they were going to have to take us in an air-conditioned car, and we're out. I am never going back to Mexico. Woo! Okay, we're done. All right, well, you have a very small uterus. Very small, kind of like an over-roasted cashew. And your cervix is shaped like a dumbbell, which means it's very difficult to get the catheter in without damaging the embryos. Also, you have a uterus that is tilted up, like this. And it's very small inside, kind of like a mouse hole, right? But it is not impossible to conceive. Now, what I would like to do is I'd like to shave off the part of the cervix that enters into the uterus. That way it'll be easier to get the catheter in without damaging the embryos. Oh, yes, of course, you can put your legs down now. Well, this is something that you're going to have to decide. It certainly would be interesting to see. But why don't you talk to your husband about it and tell me what you think? It would be fascinating to see what you think about it and let me know. You could always consider adoption. But I don't think we're done with you quite yet. Okay. All right, why don't you go ahead and make the appointment, just in case. Who knows? This one could be the one. Whew. The one. The one? Oh boy. How would I know? What would I feel like? You know? And the hormones can mimic pregnancy, so every cycle I always talk to my sister about my pregnancy symptoms. She's sort of my pregnancy symptom confidant. Well, she got pregnant at 40 and 42, which of course made me wonder what the hell is wrong with me. But as we always know, as she always says, everyone is different. Anyway, she'd always make me say things to make me think that I'm pregnant. Ellen, my boobs look weird. Oh, intriguing. Ellen, I'm peeing so much. Intriguingly intriguing. But this time was different. Frequent urination, darkened areolas, and breast tenderness like I had never felt before. Good God, that's intriguing. I would bend over to pick up a sock and my breasts would cry out. Ah! Oh God, it was a delicious sensation and something I had never felt before. My breasts were tender and juicy like an extra crunchy breast and wing meal at KFC. It's so crunchy, it's loud. It is so true. I just knew that something was happening in there. Something mysterious and, dare I to hope, good. My husband, well, he was cautiously optimistic. Still, he avoided my boobs, especially after that one night. So anyway, I go to the clinic for the blood test. And of course, the wait for the results is agonizing, but I just have this feeling that something is happening in there. A little baby bun baking in the corporeal oven. Anyway, Donna calls. She is my hero. Although she's got one of these voices where you can't tell if it's good news or bad news. Hi, Kathleen. Yeah, I've got some news. Your HCG numbers are up. They're doubling, so they're over 90, which is good. Ah, the numbers that we IVFers live and die for. The numbers that tell you whether or not something is happening have actually doubled. Okay, say that your SAT scores double every couple of days, right? On Tuesday they could be a paltry 200, but by Friday they double to over 800. Anybody could get into Harvard. Oh, so finally, after 2 cycles, my numbers are doubling and I am finally pregnant. I feel different. I'm excited. I am freaking out. I'm happy and I'm freaking out all at once. Oh my God, what were we thinking? What are we gonna do? A baby. No, I can't be a mother. Maybe we could sell it on eBay. Oh, Jesus, I can't do this. I'm only 22 in my head. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm thinking this way. After so many cycles and all the drugs and hormones, I want it all taken back. I want my body to reabsorb the embryo. Oh God, and I can't tell Pep. He'll think I'm nuts. But little by little, I'm starting to get excited about the idea of having a baby. Now, I know that this is against the pregnancy rules, but, well, Pep and I thought we could at least tell our immediate family that I'm pregnant. Because they're over immediate. Okay. My wonderful, beautiful mother-in-law came over with Pep's father. Hi, Kathleen, congratulations, come here. Kathleen, I have this bear bank for you, see? It's got $1 inside, the first dollar the baby will ever have. Here, take it. Ay, qué bueno. Look, Kathleen, I have this banner for your fireplace. Mission accomplished. Your insurgency has surged. Okay, she was really excited, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, we offer them something to drink when out of the blue she starts talking about the sufriendo de la Virgen María, or the suffering of the Virgin Mary. Gracias, Kathleen. Gracias. Kathleen, la Virgen sufrió muchísimo. She suffered really a lot, Kathleen. Cuando el ángel de Dios la visitó, le dijo que ella era la madre de Dios, the mother of God, Kathleen. She was born without the mancha, the stain of original sin, not like you. Pero su esposo José no quería que sufriera muerte por piedras. Huh? Stoned to death, Kathleen! Ay, but she had the baby Jesus. Qué suerte para ella. How lucky she was. Huh? Wait, whoa, wait. What do you mean Mary was lucky? Now, come on, I had the utmost respect for the Virgin, but there were no hormones, there were no drugs. Not unless you're supposed to smoke that frankincense. An angel of the Lord comes and visits and says, boop, you're pregnant. Nobody gets pregnant that easily. Unless you're that lady with 19 kids. Kathleen, la Virgen es la Madre de Dios. Your life was so difficult, Kathleen. Ay, mujer, por favor, no la molestes. Yes, stop molesting me. Jeez. I know she's excited, but this Mary monologue is freaking me out. You know, who knew that pregnancy equals horrible suffering? Oh my God. Okay, sometimes she's like a cute little Mexican wind-up doll or a piñata that hits you back. But I love her. Anyway, so I go to the clinic the next day for a follow-up appointment, but they don't see anything, so I go shopping. Well, there's nothing I can do but wait for the results, right? Besides, I had some blown speakers I needed to return. I was listening to the Bongo Kings a little loud, but hey, they shouldn't have blown. Besides, I'm pregnant. And pregnant ladies deserve a break, don't they? Okay, let me set the scene for you. I'm here behind this faux velvet rope, standing in front of some guy who smells like cheese. And there's a couple of little guys bickering about something. Oh, that tall, geeky Star Trek guy texting away. And of course, they're all ogling. The girl behind the counter is very young, very attractive, probably a very fertile young girl, you know. You know, the kind with the questionably crispy hair and the overly lined lips and the Circuit City shirt that's 2 sizes too small. And the return counter is squished into the front of the store for some... Oh, hold on a second, my phone's ringing. Hold on. Oh, it's Donna. Hey, Donna, can you hang on a second? Yep, I'll be right there. Hold on. Yeah, my speakers are blown. No, normal volume. Yeah, actually, I do have the receipt. Yep. There you go. Yep, I'll wait. Hey, Donna. Oh. So this means I'm not pregnant anymore. Okay. Well, certainly not your fault, is it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, can you just refund it to my credit card? No, not you, Donna. Oh, wait, can't you refund a baby to a credit card? Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Well, thanks for letting me know. I can't imagine how you handle this. Not you, that's to Donna. I know this isn't an easy job for you. That's to both of you. Okay, thanks. Shit. What? Would I like to return anything else? No. No. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go out there and buy another pair of speakers. A better pair of speakers, ones that won't blow out. You want to know why? I have no earthly idea why I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to go up to the cashier and I'm going to pay for them and the Visa with the kitties on it and exchange some vapid pleasantries. And then I'm going to go out to my car, open the back, put them in the back, close the door, walk around to the side, notice the rather large ding in the back panel, open up the car door, get in, turn it on, turn on the radio, drive a few feet, and just break down. And I'm just going to cry in the end spot of the Circuit City parking lot, and all my hopes and my fears and my dreams will just die right there in the end spot. Hi, it's me. Yeah. No, it's negative. I'm not pregnant anymore. No, I'm not driving. Yep. Yeah, I'll meet you at home. Okay. I love you too. But my body just feels heavy and sad. And I take it in for a moment. And then I take my car to park and drive home again with nothing. My nerve endings are frayed from sitting on the top of my skin. Every glance, every innocuous word, every touch riles them, and it feels all out of proportion. I can't stand talking to my husband, and I don't know why. And he just looks at me, perplexed. He can't figure out why I'm treating him this way, because I'd been feeling so good. The hormones and the many cycles have really kicked my ass, and I thought this just had to be it for me. I can't do this again, except for that niggling voice in the corner of my head telling me not to be so rash. Don't worry. This one will work. This one has to be it. I'm starting to avoid him now because I can't seem to control my whatever this is. And I try to put on a voice that sounds cheery, but he won't say anything. He just reacts in the way that he does because he doesn't understand. He's angry, scared maybe. I go to the doctor, and a torrent of tears that I can't stop starts running down my face, and she writes something down which makes me stop crying, but I feel so exhausted. Sleep has been elusive. The nights are not my friend. Each night I go down to the kitchen and I pace the floor and memorize the cracks in the tiles and the moonlight shining under the window, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I am somewhat calm, but the horrible thoughts still linger. And then the days become a nightmare. Little things set me off into a panic. A knife makes me start to sweat, but I don't want anyone to know what I'm thinking, so I just panic and sweat instead. And I think to myself, oh, I'm crazy, I'm just crazy, I'm so crazy. Until my sister, calms me and tells me that it's just extreme anxiety and that I won't hurt anyone and nobody will hurt me. She is the rock that holds me in place. Little by little, the drugs start to kick in and I start to gain perspective. Visions of women who envision throwing their newborn babies against a wall flicker through my head, and I think maybe I'm experiencing some sort of postpartum depression or extreme anxiety. Well, I have nothing to show for it. The drugs and the many cycles have taken their toll, and I'm starting to realize that the addiction to the process must be addressed, and that maybe it's time to say no more. In the cold light of day, things look different. What you knew and your reasons melt away. When that first ray breaks through, everything looks new and welcomes you to the cold, cold light of day. I'm well. I'm happy. I am calm. And I'm resigned. I guess we'll see. Let's review from where we stand to where we've been. Back to when this storyline was all new to us, and continue to the present moment in the journey to the center of the uterus. Uta the uterus taught a lesson too, as she had fallopian arms. Me and Pep fell in step in Ireland, or was it Match.com? Hormone crazy, can't make babies, doctor doesn't know my face. Meet my yoni down below me, that's Pep's favorite place. To adventures in fertility you've come. On this subject you have asked me, will you tutor us? And so now I will add up the sum of the journey to the center of the uterus. Old lady raps about her life in the past and her doctor who was killed by a tree. Melons and pips like my eggs that won't stick, education through imagery. My stupid boss throwing darts as she talks with a mouth that cannot be stopped. One poison pill makes the whole world stand still when she says, why don't you adopt? Pep gives a pep, sexy nurse porno prep, says a man should give it his all. Dave caught us up about sperm in a cup and handing it through a wall. Dr. Benally goes to Mexico and Shelley say that word that starts with the day. Virgin and Mom, Circuit City dropped the bomb, walking off as the stage lights fade. Well, Pep, what do we do now?
Babies, babies, babies. Adorable, smart, beautiful babies. Can't have one of your own? Then try one of ours. Want a concert pianist? Maybe a physicist, a president, or how about a movie star? Caucasian babies, Asian babies, African American babies, smart babies, gay babies. Today, FBI will match you with only the donors you want. If this is your husband, then this could be your baby. You're too old to chase that baby around the living room. Call FEI today and ask about our special donor rates, on sale for a limited time only. FEI is a registered trademark of the Donors Association of America. Every transaction completely anonymous. Donor ends sale January 20th. Terms and conditions apply. It's all legal. Baby. Don't wait. Call today.
Well, yeah, so, we had to realize that we couldn't do it on our own, so we decided to become a threesome. Well, so actually, my husband and I called a reputable donor agency to hire an egg donor. Once you get beyond the fact that you can't do this by yourself, it gets kind of interesting. Actually, every day we would come home and we would check the mail or listen to the messages for information about our potential donor. Oh, look, the mail came. And of course, we had to endure well-meaning calls from friends.
Hi, Kath, it's your boss again.
Oh,
I got your
God.
note about taking off work again.
Yeah.
That's fine, Kath, but honestly, I don't know why you just don't give up all this. Hold on a second, it's Kelly. What? Oh, it's kicking. Isn't that adorable?
Hi, this is Bob Brinkley from the Brinkley Egg Institute calling. Again, we got your number from Dr. Leslie Fair.
Oh, my
Have you
God.
considered using a donor? Donors are drug-free. I have one waiting especially for you. Just out of rehab. Don't worry, it was just prescription.
Holy crap.
Hi, this is Emily from
Aw, Emily.
My mom told me that you don't have any eggs left. So, as part of my Helping Senior Citizens badge, look at the store. We were just in China and there were so many cute little babies there. Have you thought about adoption? Hey, Kathleen. Happy holidays. Get down! Stop climbing the curtains. I just wanted to wish you a headway. Stop eating your sister's pigtails. Chorus, no fire in the living room. It must be so quiet and peaceful.
Yes, and thank God.
All
Yeah.
right, who pooped in the sink?
People mean well. But let me tell you something. They get that look that says they mean well, then they pave your road straight to hell. Why, when I was your age, I had 12. These are just the stupid things that people say. They point out it's obvious that you'd get knocked up if you weren't so fat. Sperm can't move, all your eggs are crushed flat. These are just the stupid things that people say. They say, why are you trying so hard? Wear a medal of Saint Gerard. Just relax, you're way too uptight. Are you sure you two are doing it right? Pregnant pause. We can't wait to have grandkids, you know. You should take a vacation. Just go. Once you give up, you get up. We'll go. These are just the stupid things that people say. It will happen when you believe. It's up to God if and when you conceive. This could be karma or maybe your fate. You do look pregnant though. No, but you have gained weight. be happy with what you have. Who wants kids? They're a pain in the ass. You're much better off, and that's just a sample of what people say. The stupid things, the really stupid things, the moronic things that some people say.
Pomegranate douche. Boom.
Imagine that these 2 half-dozen eggs belong to 2 different chickens, but they cost you $10,000. Now, this chicken fancies she looks like J-Lo. She loves Mark Anthony and water sports. But this chicken, well, she's Russian, highly educated, and just happens to look like you. Which one do you choose? J-Lo? You. J-Lo? You. Go for the good-looking one. You! Now, imagine that this bucket is your uterus. Uh-oh. Your uterus is as dry as the Atacama Desert. Whoa. But your doctor believes that an embryo can stick to the side of a dry, dusty Egyptian tomb-like wall. Nope. Well, you've already outsourced your eggs. What if you outsourced your bucket? Welcome in. I'm so very happy to meet you. You must be Kathleen, and you are Pep, is it? Right. I am Durga. We spoke on the phone. Don't be fooled by my name. It means unapproachable. It is derived from the name of the goddess Devi, who is seen with 12 hands, each holding a weapon. Rawr! But don't worry. I am not dangerous, but I will work like the great Indian snow leopard to bring you back a healthy baby from a healthy surrogate. Come in. Sit down. So this will be your first time going to India. Oh, wonderful. You'll have a great time. And you'll come back with a baby, huh? Yes. Now, we'll arrange all of the accommodations and transportation for you. Now, you'll have a car and a driver. 92,000 people die in traffic accidents every year in India. But don't worry, Randit hasn't lost a single one. Amala, bring in the cookies, please. Oh, I hope you like spicy food. Well, Pep, of course, you are Mexican, but Kathleen, I am not so sure. The Vindaloo might kill you. Unless the terrorists do first. Cookie? No? Okay. Oh, now you have your eggs, is that right? Yes. Oh, not eggs, of course. I mean embryos. Little potential chickens. Children, babies. Right, babies. Okay, now the woman who will be carrying your embryos is named Kvasar. This is Kvasar right here. You see that? Yeah. Now, Now, I know it looks like Kvasar, but it's actually Kvasar. Oh, very prophetic, don't you think? It's a very large celestial object, very pregnant, very far away, right? Now, Kvasar, if you can't remember her name, just call her Susie. Huh? Yes. Now, the baby will receive breast milk, which is good because a baby who receives breast milk has a higher IQ and a lower rate of obesity. No offense, Mrs. Andrade. And, you might even induce lactation yourself. I mean, look at the size of those monkeys. Look at how capable you will be, right? Amala, bring in some tea. Bring in some milk for the tea, please. Okay, look at it this way. With the $5,000, let's see, that's about 250,000 rupees. That's a fortune in India. Susie is planning on buying a house she could never afford otherwise. And listen, surrogacy in the US can cost as much as $100,000. So, you want a baby, they want a better life, everybody wins. Well, there was a Canadian couple. The surrogate decided to keep the baby, but I'm sure that won't happen to you, okay? Wait, no, wait, where are you going? No, please, I have the contract. No, it comes with free curry. Please, Amala!
My name is Lori and I'm 51.
My name is Otto, I'm 54, and we've been married 25 years in August.
Well, it seems to me we were married in 1984, and it was about 1985 that we decided that we wanted to start a family. And maybe 6 months into it?
Probably 6 months of trying. Right, so we dealt with these charts for months.
Right, and after several months, I had to come back and show him my graphs, and he'd look at the graph and he'd say, oh no, you should have tried on this day, and there you should have tried on that day, and he had the reason why it didn't work on those different months. And then he gave me this Clomid. Really, it caused a whole lot of pain. Well, then after taking the Clomid, he did a test called a hysterossalpingogram, and he said everything looks pretty good. He said keep doing what comes naturally.
And it's interesting when they tell you, just do what comes naturally, that right now you've got pregnancy tests, you're following charts, your wife is in pain, she's crying. It's not what you think it is when just to go have sex. It's like, oh my gosh, it all changes. And I think it was that point too that I went to the hospital and got tested, which is a major non-event. You're just a piece of meat to the nurses and the workers. It's not like they're dealing with Brad Pitt. When you walk in. Well, it's true. It's like everything else in the fertility process. It's a business. It's work. It's you go in there, you do what you need to do, and you leave. And often that's how it was trying to get pregnant too. I remember sometimes before work, it's like, okay, today's the day, we better. So you wake up early and boom, you shower and you're out the door.
They decided that it was time to do the laparoscopy. The very day that they did it was when the doctor told us that there was a lot of scar tissue in there and that we really should see a fertility specialist. I remember you and I looking at each other. Otto and I looked at each other and just said, well, let's just fill out the adoption forms. We had adoption forms. We had gotten those already.
I think what's interesting about that day is, at least in my generation, you remember where you were when Kennedy was shot. I remember where I was when the Challenger exploded. And I remember that day of all the days, very vividly. It was a warm summer night. There were thunderstorms in the area, and I just remember the ride home. It was it was the day that we dealt with it. That having biological children was not in our future. And we had always talked about adoption and said what a wonderful thing that would be. But it's one thing to talk about something, and then it's another thing to be confronted with it as a reality.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I got you guys your coffee. You like those caramel macchiatos, dulce de crappy things. And you just like plain coffee, right? Okay. I am having my iced soy mocha. Okay, where'd your coffee go? Did you put it on the floor? Here, grab it, because let's have a toast. Ah, very good. Oh, you spilled it on me. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Wow, so I'm so glad you came. Oh, you want one too? Oh, I'm sorry I forgot about you. Thank you so much. You love coffee? Me too. Well, anyway, I'm glad you guys came to see me today because I have just needed some advice, you know you already know what I've been through. I've been through the Clomid, the IUI, all that stuff. I just don't know what else I can do to get myself pregnant? Do you have any ideas? What can I do? I didn't realize it was such a funny question. Wow. Come on. What do you think?
IVF.
Oh, I already did that. I did IVF, IUI, I did everything. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe there's...
Not the first one, you'll get pregnant then.
What'd you say? Oh my God. Why is it that whenever I tell anybody about my IVF failures, they always ask me about adoption? Knock it off! Look, it's a valid question. It's a valid thing to say. I mean, come on. I believe in adoption. I really do. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. I feel like I can confide in the two of you. I feel like I've come to know you as good friends, so I can say this, Maybe it's better not to bring another human being into the world, I mean, there's a lot of great kids out there. Well, my best friend all through grade school was adopted. And I let everybody know that when she turned on me in 8th grade. Oh, come on, she punched me in the boob. What was I going to do? And not only that, I'm old. How old do I look? 30? Oh, you old scallywag. Careful, he's flirting with me. That's weird. Oh, that's a good thing. Sweet. You're excused. Listen, can I confide in you without you blabbing it to the whole world? Yeah? Do you mind? This is private. Thank you. God, he was listening to our whole conversation. What if I adopt someone with horrible problems that I cannot overcome? I mean, it does happen. And I realize that my own kids can have horrible problems, so maybe I'm being irrational. And besides, I don't know, we adopted a dog, huh? So you want to see it? This picture is so cute, look at that. Oh, wait, that's not it. Here, let me see. There we go. Aww, he eats everything in the house and humps the furniture. It's like adopting a teenager. Come on. Sorry. Look. Let's face facts. There's always something I can do to optimize my chances of getting pregnant, I mean, I've already put my legs over my head after having sex. Pelvis thrust towards the skies. I've taken the Clomid, took the progesterone and Viagra suppositories up the hoo-ha. I've had my vagina explored and my uterus blown up, and that's not easy when it's the size of a Cheerio. I've had my cervix widened, scar tissue removed, polyps removed, vagina explored. I've had many shots, many catheter shots in my ass, shots in my gut. I've had my eggs extracted with gigantic needles, ultrasounds. Oh, you know what? I could even do more. I could pray harder. I could do the acupuncture, stop the coffee, bury St. Joseph in my backyard. I could put dried Asian placenta in my smoothie. Yes, I'm sure it's coffee. I got a little shot in mine. You want yours? No, all right. It's a little too early in the day. Oh, you still have your coffee. Yeah, good for you. Look. You know what? I think I'm done. No, I'm done. Or am I? Kath, I think it's time to have a talk about everything. Where are we now? On the one hand, I still hold out some hope that your eggs are still good so that we can have kids who look like us. But after hearing everything looks great so many times, I doubt that we would have a chance. Well, look. We still have these pictures of our potential children. See that? Huh? Look. Guadalupe has your eyes. Isn't that nice? Yeah. What? I should go out and find a younger, more fertile woman. Okay. Nah. Next time. Kath, I think maybe it's time to say no more? Let me tell you something. I was never the kind of woman who dreamed of having 2.5 kids in the suburbs or planned my wedding since I was 5 years old. Just never was that kind of person. You know, my best friend actually asked me, why do I even want to have a kid? I mean, I never thought about it when I was growing up, and I had to think about that for a second. Why do I want to have a kid? Well, I think that when you meet someone you love, that you look at them in a different way, you know? And I looked at my husband and I thought, wow, he would make a really great dad. And he looked at me and thought the same thing. So I started, researching people online, researching women and reading about all these women who got pregnant despite horrible endometriosis or age or PCOS or the one woman who got pregnant after 11 years of unexplained infertility and got pregnant on her very last IVF. Kind of like how I met my husband. He was absolutely the last guy I was going to meet on Match.com, and look what happened. Look, infertility is an important part of who we are, but by far not the most important thing. And who knows? Maybe we'll adopt. Can I have my butt, please? What did you do with it? Thanks. Look, with or without children, our lives are rich. And if this journey is over, then a new one begins. And I know we'll laugh our way through that one too.